So, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Hope everyone is doing well. It's been yet another manic week in the interesting world of professional wrestling, and we're going to talk about a couple of subjects that I've seen in the last, what's been going on in the last couple of days. Obviously, the ending to Monday Night Raw this week, with the steel cage match. Shut up, teams. Go away. With the ending of Monday Night Raw with the main event between Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. If you've all seen from that, she's been living on the rock. Becky Lynch is now a free agent. Now, she had a match on Raw against Liv Morgan in a steel cage match. Ended up with Dominic Mysterio accidentally, got hit by Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman hits Dominic Mysterio, and the door shuts in Becky Lynch's face. Liv hits the Oblivion, and Becky loses the match. Now, we all knew she put a tweet out saying to be continued. Now, this is going to be my theory. This is how I think it's going to play down with Becky Lynch. First things first, um, Tony Khan would be insane not to offer Becky Lynch one of the biggest deals in wrestling history. He's not afraid to splash the money out. You think that he's got Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné, and Kazuchika Okada. AEW, Tony Khan's literally got unlimited funds. He can go and bring whoever he wants in, the biggest free agents going right now. Do I think Becky Lynch will go to AEW? No. Do I think Becky Lynch will go to TNA? No. There's only one place Becky Lynch will be re-signing. She will go back. She will re-sign with the WWE. And I've seen a lot of people all saying they're going to hate on it for going to AEW. I won't. If she goes to AEW, no, I'll still support Becky Lynch. Obviously, she's one of the for me, she got me back into the WWE because I took a break from as how horrendous the WWE was in just after 2016, probably one of its best years, obviously with matches with the Miz and Ziggler, and you had AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, and I took a break from wrestling because I just thought this is just not for me anymore. But when we had the supposed heel turn, but it turned out it got Becky Lynch more over. Becky Lynch got me back into wrestling, and I can't thank Becky enough because now we're witnessing for me, one of the greatest eras ever in wrestling. At the moment, I'm trying to catch up with SmackDown because I missed SmackDown last night. I fell asleep before the show started, and I did record it, just in case. And my theory is Seth Rollins is re-signed with the company. Seth Rollins is not going anywhere for 5 more years. Would it make sense for Becky also not to resign? I'm looking at it and thinking, would she want to be a full-time mom for the next, 6, 7 months? Obviously, with Rue starting school very soon, Becky will obviously want to be there to be a full-time mom. And people are already giving her grief. My suggestion is just leave her the fuck alone, man. I think she will resign with the WWE. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I said to a friend of mine, and I said, Becky's either going to come back in time for War Games, because let's face it, she's been in all the War Games matches on the main roster so far. She was in the 2022 one and 2023. The 2023 was when she hooked Charlotte Flair, which was quite a nice scene, quite an emotional scene to be fair. And for me, whoever is letting these talent letting their contracts run down, for me, they've got to go. Whoever that person is, got to go. Simple as that. You got to look at the contracts that is running out. Becky Lynch is now a free agent. Chad Gable's contract is expiring in the next couple of days, next week apparently. And Chad Gable's doing some of the best work I've ever seen him do. They ran on fumes with Drew McIntyre until Drew McIntyre resigned. Finn Balor's only just re-signed. Seth Rollins has only just re-signed. Ricochet's deal is running out very soon, and so is Natalya. So the WWE's going to pull their finger out their ass because there is no way that Tony Khan is even going to bat an eyelid about signing Ricochet. Tony Khan won't bat an eyelid to go and put in an offer for Chad Gable. And if Natalya does go from WWE, I can see her going to TNA. But this is the weird part with TNA now, is that TNA and WWE, and well, NXT rather, they are going to form a partnership because obviously, as we've seen on Tuesday recently, Jordynne Grace will be challenging Roxanne Perez a week on Sunday at NXT Battleground. Now, that show for me is going to be an absolute banger show. That's just raised the bar a bit. I thought Roxanne Perez would face someone like, say, from the main roster, like, say, a Naomi, Tegan Knox, someone who's not really used that much. Mia Yim's now in the ladder match. Someone like a Tegan Knox, or maybe another match with Natalya. But we are having Jordynne Grace from TNA. But what the mad theory is that at TNA Against All Odds, Jordynne Grace is going to open challenge. Does that mean someone from NXT is going to face Jordynne Grace? But anyway, we'll get to that at a future time. My advice would be just let this all play out. I think Becky Lynch is going to re-sign with WWE. The earliest is going to be War Games, because I think there's going to be, like your Lyra Valkyria is going to be, in a feud with Damage Control, and then obviously you're going to have the final match. It's obviously going to be something like a Lyra, and I think for me it's going to be Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn, and Becky Lynch against Damage Control, Asuka, Kairi, Io, and Dakota Kai. That's my take. Or Becky Lynch will return at the Royal Rumble. Is it fitting for Becky Lynch to come back at the Royal Rumble? Absolutely. I think it's fitting for Becky Lynch to return at the Royal Rumble. The pop she'll get will be insane. Also, it depends on what the Royal Rumble is, because if it's in is anywhere Becky Lynch will go, it's going to be a pop. But this is what's an interesting theory. Becky Lynch could appear on Dynamite this week. Now, if Becky Lynch debuts on Dynamite this week, which could happen, is she going to have a face down with Toni Storm? Will she have a stare down with Mercedes? There is a lot of matches that Becky Lynch could have in AEW against. You could look at Mercedes. You could look at Toni Storm, Mariah May. You could look at the likes of, dare I say it, Saraya. Even though Saraya is not even used on television. But this is going to be an interesting how this all plays out. I think Chad Gable will resign with WWE. He's doing some of the best work of his career right now. Because if he wins because I think he will win the Intercontinental Championship down the line. I got a feeling I think he will face Sammy at Clash of the Castle, which is 2 weeks on Saturday. WWE will be insane to not re-sign Chad Gable. Ricochet. There has been rumors that Will Ospreay wants a match with Ricochet, and we've seen matches between Will Ospreay and Ricochet before, and they were probably some of the best matches I think you'll ever wish to see. I think that Ricochet, I don't know. Ricochet's a very hard call because I love Ricochet. He's current speed champion, but in NXT, he was unbelievable in NXT. He had some of the matches involved. That ladder match with Adam Cole and then a match with Adam Cole at Takeover, probably some of the best matches you'll ever see. But then he had that, run in the main roster. He was teaming with Aleister Black, and then he seemed like a bit of a passenger at one point, Ricochet. But when Triple H took the book, we saw Ricochet starting getting booked a little bit better, and then he was in that team with Braun Strowman. You can see right now he's in the part of the feud with Ilya Dragunov, and also with Braun Breaker just doing Braun Breaker shit. Ricochet is a tough one to call. Natalya, 16 years in the business. WWE mad to not re-sign Natalya. I think when Natalya obviously wants to call it a day, I think she'd be a great teacher in NXT, like in the Performance Center, to help some of the women, because Natalya for me is one of the best. So the WWE's got a lot of work to do here. But anyway, that's my theory on it. Um, I think Becky Lynch will resign. I think she will return at the Royal Rumble, or maybe even earlier, so I'll call this War Games. Chad Gable, I think will resign. Ricochet, I'm very, very 50-50 on. Natalya, I'm very 50-50 on still. Anyway, that's my opinion. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I am trying to get back to do the podcast. Unfortunately, I've suffered a family bereavement in the last 3 weeks, so I've not been able to do the podcast to do my my opinions on a lot of stuff. Now I will be back on Max next week. I will be in the King of the Bike tournament. I will be facing the lawyer, and I will be doing my NXT Battleground review here as well, on Max as well. I might do it on here as well, but I'll see how I feel. And also, I'm even considering doing a watch along for Battleground, because that card looks stacked now. Obviously, we got Ethan Page now debuting in NXT, and I like that move a lot. Bringing Ethan Page into NXT, he'll be challenging Trick for the title. So NXT is coming with a lot of surprises in the last week. Um, I was told a lot of people said that Tegan Knox was supposed to be the one to face Roxanne Perez, and then in the rehearsals, Lita's theme was playing apparently, and also there was signs that Alexa Bliss was at NXT. That was not the case, so we had Jordan Grace, who was kept as a last minute surprise. She is going to appear in NXT. She's going to make six figures. I mean, is it hard to turn down? Ethan Page, I like that move a lot. Ethan Page, talk about great promo, an underrated wrestler, and I'm really happy that Ethan Page didn't get TV time. Now, is there going to be any free agents that the WWE will want to pick up from AEW very, very soon? Now, there is rumors that Arn Anderson is leaving AEW. Is that the legendary manager that Cody Rhodes lately has been referring to? Anyway, that's my opinion video. Let me know what you think. Who would you like to see? Where would you like to see Becky Lynch go? Where would you like to see Chad Gable go? Ricochet, Natalya? And what's your opinions on Jordan Grace coming to NXT for at least a couple of weeks? Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.